In this video, I'm going to share some great collaboration tools that you can use with Zoom. All you need to do is open another tab in your browser and use Share Screen. So some of the tools we'll look at are different virtual whiteboards like VWall, Miro, Milanote, and polling, Mentimeter. Now these tools have a lot more functionality and flexibility than the tools that are inbuilt in Zoom. And if you haven't seen my earlier videos on Zoom features, then check those out. What I'm going to do here is give you a quick overview of these different additional collaboration tools so that you can think about the ones that you like the look of. And also, it's worth bearing in mind that each tool has a free trial option, so if you want, you can try them out. The one I'm going to start off with is VWall. Now, VWall is a virtual whiteboard. You can get delegates working in real time, so everybody contributing. It's really easy to do. All you need to do is send them a link to the board that you want them to work on. And it's got some additional functionality over and above Zoom in that you can do post-it notes, you can add pictures and photos and bring them in. There's also a polling option. You can cluster similar post-its together, and there's an automatic function to do that. An additional thing that you can do is also find anything, words, post-its or stickers with similar themes or words. It will automatically seek them out for you. It's a really great tool. And you can see the website there at the bottom of the screen. It's www.vwall.org. Myro's great. So Myro is another virtual whiteboard tool. And it's brilliant. This is what it looks like. So once you've logged into Miro and you've got this plain whiteboard in front of you, and down the left is a toolbar where you can add post-its and text and all sorts of things. You can zoom in and out, so the whiteboard has unlimited space. You can move around it and add in different things, and you can add in frames, which I'll show you in a minute. And then there are some additional options at the bottom, which are things like recording, presenting, and so on. So once you've gone into a plain whiteboard in Miro, you have an option to choose from so many different templates. It's fantastic. There's a library of all sorts of things you can do here. Here's just a short selection that I've screen grabbed for you. You can do things like mind maps, story mapping, brain writing with post-it notes, customer journey maps. There's loads in here. And also you can tap into something called the Myroverse, which you can see on the left underneath categories. And in there are all sorts of templates as well that other people have created that you can use for your own sessions. So there's a wealth of resources in there, a wealth of creativity. And this tool is so easy for you to use as a facilitator and also for your delegates to use. Here are some templates that I've used. So in a strategy session, just a straightforward SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. You can create this background and then delegates can add in their sticky notes and type on those notes and move them around. And it's fantastic when you've got a whole group of people working simultaneously and you can see the different things being added onto the board. It's really good fun. Another one is a mind map. So you can, again, get different connecting lines. Just use the toolbar on the left, add in post-it notes. You can type in text boxes, comments, and so on. And on the bottom right of that screen, you can see how you can zoom in and out, and there are different frames. So what you can do is set up these frames within the plain whiteboard. So you've got different activities in different places, and it's a really nice way of only using one huge whiteboard, but keeping the work organized. You can zoom in and out to see what's going on. Milanote is an absolute favorite of mine. It feels so beautiful to use. There's something really streamlined and slick about it, and it's designed beautifully. So in Milanote, you have a plain board, and then you can create boards on your board, and you can see some of my boards there. And there's a whole toolbar again down the left-hand side. Milanote is just so intuitive for delegates to use and really intuitive for you as a facilitator. As with all of these virtual whiteboards, all you need to do is send delegates the link. You can post that in the Zoom chat and they can access the board and they can work together simultaneously. And here's an example of some of the things they can do. So in the top left-hand corner, you can see you can add in a to-do list. You can tag people who are using the board. You can upload images and documents. So you can see the slide for great collaboration tools you can use with Zoom is there. You can upload links and it will pick out the heading for that link and also any pictures that go with the link as well. Milanote has a whole library of photographs, so you can select from those or add in your own. You can add in notes here. You can see to the middle left of the screen, change the text, add bullets, add emojis, do all sorts of things. You can upload documents. You can see there I've uploaded my How the Design Thinking Process Can Help Your Business, and just a few more photos on the right hand side, and people can comment. And I've had groups doing some fantastic work in this. You can vision board, you can storyboard, mind map together. It really is brilliant. There's no end to the creativity of this. Again, Milanote has some templates as well, so you can select from previously created templates. I just like to put a few things on the board and then let delegates' imaginations loose on them. The final tool I want to share with you is a polling tool, although polling really undersells this tool because it can do so much more. And whenever I've used it, people love it, and they always end up getting it for their own organisations as well. And that's Mentimeter. And what Mentimeter does, it allows you to ask questions of your group. They simply log into www.menti.com and use the code. Mentimeter will give you a code and use the specific code for the work that you're doing. So they enter the code and then they answer your questions. And what happens is the delegates' responses to your questions pop up in real time on the screen. And it's really great to see, really interactive, and people love using it. I love using it as a facilitator too. Here are some examples of what you can do in Mentimeter. The first example is just a simple word cloud. And this is brilliant because obviously you've got different people giving different answers. Some people are super quick, other people take a few seconds, but as they type in and submit, their responses come up on the screen and the word cloud changes shape and moves around as they're doing it. Also, the bigger the word, the more people have said that same word. You can see in the bottom right-hand corner, there's a number with a little person icon. So you can also see, as this is going through, how many people have answered, because that's what that is. It shows you how many delegates have responded. You can do bar charts as well. So ask a question, give some options, and then get people to do some ranking and feeding back on that. And you see there's a love heart there, so people can also feed back with love hearts, thumbs up and more onto the work that you're doing as well. And here's another one, is the quiz function. So you can set it up with correct answer and incorrect answers, and people have to guess the correct answer. And then it highlights the correct answer as a quiz. So Mentimeter has got a fantastic quiz functionality. It's brilliant for using it for fun as well as doing more serious work stuff too. There is so much that Mentimeter can do. You can prioritize with ranking questions. You can see how things are going with scales. There are those 2x2 grids that you can plot on, and you can have challenges and quizzes, as I've said. So there's just so much functionality, and I'm just really trying to give you a quick flavor here. And here are some just templates and examples, again, a handful. There are lots of resources, ideas within the Mentimeter website for you to use as a facilitator. So all you need to do is browse through and see what captures your imagination. Now, as I've said, all of these have a free trial. I've put the links to all of them in the slides here, and I'll also give you the links to them as well underneath. So give them a go, play around and have some fun. They really will take your virtual facilitation and your engagement to the next level.